Well, with the small cells, it's not only the backhaul that is an issue. The whole concept, while creating a lot of excitement, is raising a lot of questions about how it's actually going to be done. So I'll talk in a minute about the backhaul itself, but the reality is that a lot of carriers are still debating where they're going to place the small cells, whether it's going to be on light poles, utility poles, small structures, who's going to own these structures. Is it going to be a third party, or does the carrier wants to get into it? You have to list it from the municipalities involved. So it's a very complex issue. The backhaul itself presents a very substantial issue as well, because fiber is often not available to these structures, and therefore how you actually do the backhaul at gigabit speeds becomes an enabling question. So I think that right now I would characterize the situation with small cell backhaul as recognition that it's a big issue with massive confusion about what solutions are going to actually play out. The backhaul challenge moving to 4G has to do with the fact that capacities are projected to increase dramatically, and yet fiber is not as easily deployable as people would like to believe, especially in dense urban areas. Therefore, all those places where people have traditionally used to deploy microwave are obviously very ripe for a gigabit type of solution that can deliver both a capacity as well as the economics needed to do something that is scalable and cost effective. So Flex 4G is really a breakthrough solution that provides the cost structure that is in line with the traditional microwave solutions, yet overcomes the congestion in lower frequencies and delivers the capacity gigabit or more as needed for these applications. We've announced and launched an early version of Backhaul more than a year ago. We have done some trials with carriers, and we observed what's happening in the market, and we reached an interesting conclusion. The conclusion is that the market really needs a comprehensive solution to this problem, and the comprehensive solution to this problem will probably be okay to deploy in early 2014, because the market is really sliding out. People thought that 2013 is going to be the year of small cells, and as we talked earlier, in spite of the excitement about it, it's really not happening for LTE yet in a big way. In the past, people thought that it has to be small and cheap. And now I think people realize that, yes, the form factor is very, very important, but whether it costs $500 or $1,000 per node is much less important than the implications relative to the total cost of ownership and the OpEx involved when you have to touch a lot of these in a dense urban area with truck rolls and bucket trucks and things like that. So we have embarked on a comprehensive solution that requires an entirely steerable high-gain antenna at 60 gigahertz that would allow you to deploy these things in a way that allows remote alignment, allows realignment as needed in case of maintenance requirements, would even allow you to deal with wind sway from light poles, etc. It's a very radical solution that requires a lot of IP and innovation, and we are spending the time right now to flesh it out and be ready to deploy a product later this year, early next year, that actually provides a SON equivalent solution in the millimetric wave frequencies. The reason that microwave solutions have succeeded in the past for macro cell backhaul has been related to the fact that it's easy to deploy, fast to deploy, and especially in those cases where putting fiber or other infrastructure in the ground is very expensive or difficult to do because of regulatory requirements. The same rules really apply in transition to 4G, except that now you're really looking for a replacement for fiber, and you want something that can be easily deployed cost effectively. So millimetric wave frequencies really provide both a macro cell backhaul solution as well as a small cell backhaul solution that can replace fiber and be deployed very rapidly, simply because you only need to touch both ends of the connection and you don't have to do any digging, get any permits, etc. So the same basically value proposition of microwave applies here as well.